Hey everybody, welcome back to Comic Crow, and for those of you who've been watching the channel for a little bit, you know that I'm a big fan of Hogwarts Legacy. I really like the Harry Potter universe. This game has given me something that I really wanted for a really long time. And I feel like a lot of fans that grew up with the movies understand where I'm coming from when I say that this game, it really does. I mean, it is nostalgia bait, like a lot of it, sure, 100%. But man, going into that world it's made me happy, okay? It's made me happy. I'm just starting out my 30s, and I genuinely had a lot of fun playing this game. However, the game does have faults, and when I try to have discussions about, hey man, I didn't like this certain thing in the game, I mean, generally speaking, most of the conversation around Hogwarts Legacy is you either absolutely extremely love it and you're totally into it, or you're boycotting it and you hate it and you're standing up against the transphobes and all this other stuff. And I'm just like, you know what? The game's I would say probably like an 8 out of 10. Okay, it's not the best game ever made. For me, I'm playing a ton of this game. Like, I probably have 100 hours in Hogwarts Legacy right now. So when I say the game does have some faults, like it does, and I want them to address it in the sequel, but there's no conversation about any of that. There's no authentic conversation about this game from critics, because I mean, it's all drowned out by this boycotting that's been going on. And we have another situation where they've managed to bully somebody off of the internet again. Now, for those of you guys who aren't aware of what I'm talking about here, this is a VTuber known as Pikamee. I'm probably saying the name incorrect, but they're a VTuber that's in Japan. They're half Japanese, half American, to my understanding. And they wanted to take a break from streaming for a bit, which they did. And when they announced that they would be coming back, they announced that they would be playing Hogwarts Legacy. This, of course, led to just nasty and terrible backlash. I mean, you can already see one of the comments here. She should have just not played it at all, stupid bitch. Yeah, right. And you can even see here, this is from February 7th. I am just a kettle who wants to play the games. Playing this game doesn't mean I'm supporting something specific. I just want to play the game, that's all. I hope everyone will have a wonderful day. And again, given that this individual is based in Japan, probably is devoid of any of the conversation regarding J.K. Rowling. And that did not stop people from attacking them and bullying them and chasing them off the internet. Now, there was a similar situation with another VTuber known as Silver, and I'm sure that there's a longer name there. I apologize for not having pulled up. But Silver was a VTuber that was bullied to the point of tears. And I believe ended their stream, and then some days later, came back and said they're not going to let the Twitter freaks harass them or prevent them from enjoying something that, made their childhood enjoyable. And I 100% respect that. Don't bow down to this mob of people when they come at you like this, cross-eyed, stupid, and wanting to destroy you and the things that you enjoy. However, in Pikamee's case, Pikamee is just bowing out entirely and is going to stop streaming altogether. And I want to be very clear, because there is a ton of misinformation from the anti-Hogwarts Legacy people and the trans ally people and everything, trying to say that, oh, she was always planning to retire. This was always going to happen. They were always planning to retire. That's untrue, okay? And for those of you who are unaware, graduating in the VTuber community is how they say retire. Now, as far as why Pikamee themselves wouldn't want to keep fighting the backlash, unlike with Silver and other streamers, bullied while growing up in Japan for being half American, decided to target the English-speaking audience in her VTuber career because she thought they'd be more kind to her, bullied into quitting by the same audience. I'm sorry, Pikamee. Pikamee shared stories about being bullied in school because she was different. She talked about VTubing finally being the place where people accepted and loved her. For her to graduate in this manner is the pinnacle of disrespect for the love and joy she brought to the world. Now, I'll be clear. I don't know Pikamee. I try to avoid VTubers just as a general rule of thumb. Don't ask me why. But as a cultured man who's watched many anime, I can confirm that there was actually an anime I watched where this was a theme of one of the characters. The character is half American, and he deals with, you know, I wouldn't say like heavy discrimination, but yeah, man, like people judge you for not being fully Japanese in a country where like it's 99.9% everyone there is 100% full-blood Japanese. So you have an individual who, according to them, has dealt with bullying their entire life in a different country, becomes a VTuber, takes a break, decides to come back, right? And immediately gets bullied and dogpiled simply because they're playing the, you know, quote unquote, the wrong video game. This is disgusting. And I really do feel bad for this Pikamee person. But don't worry, the story doesn't end here, okay? Because we're going to take a look at a little bit more of the abuse that they were getting, as well as some of the reactions from people that are trying to downplay, I guess, what's been going on with the trans ally people. The gaslighting that nobody harassed Pikamee has begun. The problem with the Wizard game harassment theory is that there's like no tweets harassing her. Most negative were just expressing disappointment. And she has not streamed in months prior to that game, so it's pretty clear that this was a personal issue, not a specific game. Guys, nobody was harassing her. Come on. They're just calling her a stupid bitch, right? Don't be a stupid bitch. Don't play the game, you stupid bitch. Since it's tiring to see misinformation, Vom's Park pop-up store was announced to the public on February 10th per graduation statement. Said Vom's Park was planned with the knowledge that Pikamee would graduate in March. Hogwarts Legacy came out February 10th. Yeah, sure, except one early release, but that's not even the point. We know for a fact that she tweeted about the game, okay? And on February 7th was already addressing backlash because she simply said she wanted to play the game. That was all. All she said was she wanted to play the fucking game, and these people harassed and dogpiled her. And now what's the cope? Well, guys, Hogwarts Legacy, it came out February 10th. I mean, they had already announced she was retiring. This is totally unrelated. It's complete. This is bullshit. It's misinformation. They're trying to target the trans community because they just hate the trans people. Or you're just bullies. Or you're bullies. You hit people, and when people look at you, you start crying and screaming that they started it, or something equally fucking stupid. The last thing Pikamee tried to do was play Hogwarts Legacy and got absolutely brigaded by terminally online activists for it. After going dark for a few weeks, she decides to completely stop streaming. She turned to English community for support and got bullied to submission. Literally untrue. Don't do better, Silver. Just stop. Cease. You're not wanted here anymore. Your time is literally up. Use the last amount of it wisely. You're going to end up in a body bag either way. Now, to be fair, this was a different VTuber they were harassing. This was Silver that they were harassing. Okay? All right? That was Silver though. They were just saying Silver was going to end up in a body bag. All right? I'm sure that they'd said absolutely nothing to Pikamee, right? Noticing a pattern here to paint the trans community as bullies. You know, during a time when our rights are under attack. But here's the thing. Fuck your feelings. If being told not to buy a game is your big impression, then your life ain't rough. I know. I shouldn't have jumped into Silverpale, that was the name. But, I mean, just come on, look at this shit. I really hope you die for playing that Wizard game. Going to put that in my calendar to wish that upon you every day. Straight up, well, I don't think I can say that part. KYS, you're transphobic anti-Semite, nobody would fucking, yeah, okay. Wow. I spent 4 minutes trolling the Legacy Discord before being banned in it was the best 4 minutes of my life. To all the people that were actually serious about the game, I hope you get hunted for sport. I support bullying people for buying a pro-slavery, anti-Semitic game that funds a genocidal transphobe. And there you got the little trans flag and everything. Buy Hogwarts Legacy if you want. Publicize it too while you're at it. You're only letting Jewish people, black people, and queer people know who not to trust. What, Arabs? You're not including Arabs in your discussion of hatred? Man, come on. Why are we being left out? Just for the record, if you decide to harass innocent trans people or blame them for Pikamee's graduation, just take a second and breathe. I'm emotional about this too, but don't we have enough hate flying around? The vast majority of trans VTubers have nothing to do with this. Now, let me actually say this for this Jusagi-chan, whoever. That's correct, okay? Let me be very real. I'm sure that there are many people in that space who have no idea what's going on, who are not supportive of any of this behavior. And because they are trans, you know, unfortunately, they are going to be associated with members of their community. And that does suck. But again, when you treat people as not people, but as groups, I mean, this kind of winds up happening. Now, I don't agree with it. If you're a trans YouTuber, VTuber, streamer, content creator, and you just don't support buying Hogwarts Legacy and you don't want to play it on your channel, I have literally no issues with that. I think you're missing out, right? I absolutely think you're missing out, but I don't have issues on it, right? I'm not going to make a video shitting on content creators because they're terrified to play the game. No, that'd be dumb. That'd be really dumb. That'd be really stupid. What I will say is, if you're one of the people that's saying that you're going to boycott the game, you're not going to buy it, okay, and then you're in a space where you have your, you know, quote unquote allies out there attacking other people, I mean, you're gonna get backlash. There's really nothing that can be said about it, and it sucks, and I don't agree with the backlash, but I understand why it's happening. However, the people who hate us don't care about the truth. They'll lie and use this to push hate for us regardless of the truth. The truth doesn't matter to trans folks, just like there is no harassment going on, right? Because the truth doesn't matter, right? Right? Pikamee accepted she was wrong and grew as a person. She was bullied by you clowns into not playing a video game she wanted because somehow you delusional shit stirrers oh god, through your useless boycott would do anything. Now everyone sees you for what you really are, monsters. Yeah, what is this? Pikamee accepts she was wrong, you're as a person. Silverveil, on the other hand, has shown she absolutely does not care for trans people. She only cares about her nostalgia, even though many trans people will never be able to have nostalgia. What? What do you mean? What do you mean? You'll never be able to have nostalgia. That's just so dumb. I may be trans myself, but seeing this has finalized how I feel here. Fuck the trans community, fuck you all. This is Pikamee's passion, and in return you bullied her out of it. She was a fucking ally, you inhumane pieces of shit. I support my trans friend, but not the community. Oh yeah, Pikamee is someone who's identified themselves as an ally and has stated their support for trans rights and all of that good stuff. And she said she wanted to play Hogwarts Legacy, and they harassed and bullied her. Now this one, I have a couple of reactions to. So Pikamee is graduating. Being a trans VTuber is about to get a lot worse, as transphobes will blame trans people for this. These are just 4 random examples I found, and it's already begun. Be safe, y'all. It's about to get a lot worse. I wonder why. And here's the thing, okay? Because I pointed to I pointed to this other person. I said, like, look, if you're a trans content creator and you exist in this space, you shouldn't get backlash because of what other people are doing. But if you're like a trans content creator and you exist in this space, and also, you kind of tacitly support the harassment that's been going on, right? What am I supposed to say or think to this, right? And they're still using the term Twitter freaks, so thanks Silver for that one. Why would you willfully associate yourself with a term that isn't about trans people? It's about the Twitter freaks. Okay, and I'll be even more specific here. The majority of the people that I would classify as a Twitter freak are not trans people. It's literally the trans allies who are off the fucking rocker insane. LMAO! Guys, it's gonna get so much worse for us. Whips and nay-nays. Yeah. Oh my gosh, a hit tweet. Right, because that's what matters here, right? I made a hit tweet, everybody. I spoke on trans issues. And I'm a good person for it. These people are bullies. They harass. They dogpile. They never give a shit what happens when they do it, right? And now that you have backlash, now you have people going like, hey, what you did here was really fucked up. Hey, what you did here was wrong. Hey, you bullied somebody who's had a lifetime of being bullied out of a community where they were finally accepted for playing a video game. And that's it. And I will say, you know, final word here is the trans community has absolutely named itself over a video game. And I don't think it's the majority of trans people. I really don't. I think it's the majority of your trans ally Twitter activists. And maybe you all need to have a little come to Jesus moment together and decide if, you know, a video game was worth, you know, destroying your fucking community's reputation, or what little there was left of it.